What's up, everyone? Ladies and gents, boys and chitlins, girls and chitlins. I don't know. Brian here with ETM 540 Clubhouse, here with what is gonna be probably the last episode we do of any type of fabrication and work on this bad boy, because we're down to that last little bit. And as of today, I think we're at like 32 days left until Wasteland weekend. So for those of you who are expecting to see the finished product, you'll just have to see it at Wasteland. But if you're not going to Wasteland, we will have Wasteland videos where you'll see more stuff and funness on it and all that good yippity jazz. But anyways, we're at a good little point where things are feeling really good and we really got to focus on a lot of fine tuning and whatnot. So today we finally got in the metal for our rear wheel adapters, and that's just because I took a very long time to order them. And then we're going to end up welding those up, making those all nice and shiny and new and great, and you know how we do. And then I think we're going to do a little brake action, but check this out. So I think I already said this once before, but the metal, unbeknownst to me, that I've been ordering is actually for plinking. So Make It Ring is the company that actually makes these. And this is for putting up targets to shoot at. And I guess HMF, these guys in Indiana, they are the ones who probably cut it out for these guys. So they do a good job. It's nice metal. Super stoked on it. I'm looking forward to getting those all done up. And then hopefully putting some brakes on this pig. Now the cool thing about this rig is that we have a similar rig. Well, not similar, but we have something that has a lot of stuff that has very similar dimensions, flibber flabbers, flunky doos, specifications that this does. And luckily this has a good master cylinder for the brake. But this thing, that was kind of a failed project. We're not giving up on it yet though. Just so happens to have some calipers and a disc brake and the same size rear axle. So that way we can swap the brakes from that to this and freaking call it. Well, hopefully call it good. And hopefully we'll have some solid brakes. So we'll have to see how that goes. We got to tear into it. But that's going to be another thing that we need to rip into today. And I think we're going to do some painting and do a little snazz up. A little, make it look freaking rad because it already does. And hell yes. There you go. Simple and easy. So anyways, let's stop talking and get to work. Oh yeah, and before I start rocking and doing the whole time-lapse dealio, I'm going to go for a different approach on this. So I think I am going to stack all four of these and clamp them together in order to drill the holes through everything, so that way they match up and hopefully make it a lot easier when they are assembled to put them on the wheels. In theory, it's gonna work. In theory. It's always a theory. So let's see what happens. All right, let's do this. Okay, so I didn't take into account that this is a totally different metal than the other ones, so I'm gonna have to drill down. I was being lazy, hoping I could just go right to the size I need, but I'm gonna have to drill down on it and, yeah, put some effort in. Just kidding, I'm not a lazy freaking piece of doo-doo. I just was hoping to make it a little easier. So anyways, we're going to drill down and go from there. So now I'm just really gonna buckle down, and you'll just have to see after it's done. All right, well, this is proving to be a huge pain in the ass. Just one plate. It's taking me about an hour. So I just got to keep cranking on these until we get it done. Oh, yeah, and I got a little metal splinter in my fingy. You know, because, of course, use a bunch of safety gear, but don't use the one of 700 pairs of gloves you have. All right, back to it. All right, ladies and gents, I'm gonna have to accept defeat in this because obviously the metal is way too hard for just drilling through. It is ripping apart a ton of my bits. My hole saw bit now won't cut through it, and it's my fault. But I was trying to make things work with what I could find that was accessible and easy, but I need to do my research on softness on metals for drilling and all that good stuff. And to tell you the truth, I'm kind of concerned on whether or not it would weld as well. So what I think I'm going to do instead is I'm going to try for the back to do a different style of wheel adapter, but I'm just going to work on that off camera and think it through in a different way, because otherwise I'll just be doing wheel adapters the whole freaking time. So screw all that noise. From here, we will go ahead and mount these brakes on, because that's a huge thing that we need to get done. If we can at least get the freaking brakes mounted and plumbed and working, I'll be super stoked with that. So because it sucks, but hey, it's all part of the learning process, right? This is how we learn things. This is how we accept defeat and admit to being wrong in ways that we are wrong. And I was freaking wrong. All right, well, let's move on to the brakes. I'm going to clean up a little bit, though. All right, well, I feel absolute defeat. Totally, unexpected. Thought it was going to go a lot smoother, especially since the front adapters went so well. And, but hey, that's what happens. So you just got to move on and make other things happen. So now we're going to get into these brakes, which I hope go a lot smoother than that. I still have ideas going on in my head of what I'm going to do as an alternative for those adapters. either getting the right metal or building them out of something else. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this should be a simple process. A simple process. Let me show you. So we have, I don't know if you can see it right there. There we go. These Willwood brakes. And I actually have you on the tripod, so I'm gonna have to do this. Oh my gosh. And that master cylinder does not function very well, but back here, everything is there. We have the line, we have the calipers, we got the brakes, we have the rotor. And so what I'm gonna do, because the axle size is the same, is slip this off and then mount it to that rear axle. Let's get over there. Because it looks like the mounting points are the same. And then we will just run the line to that master cylinder, which is good still. Is it there? Where is it? Where'd you go? It's back, it's hiding. And then in theory, everything's gonna work out. So let's see if we cannot make a complete failure out of this too. Let's do it. I'm gonna have to accept defeat again. Fart! Yeah, so most of it came off. At least the wheel, I can't even think of what it is right now. You know what I mean, the brake assembly. Everything else is fused on there. So I have been pounding on it, PB blasting it, utilizing as much as I can to try and get the bearing off. And yes, I've taken all the plugs out in order for us to get to the disc, brake adapter and disc, and that thing ain't budging whatsoever. And I've tried everything. And let me show you, because I never have this many tools out. This is ridiculous. Like, yeah. So that's kind of the nicer side. And then we have all this. Just, yeah, I don't work like this at all. But this thing has got me whooped. And I'm trying so hard just to get this to pull off. And it's just not going. And there's no more stoppers in it. There's no more anything. Not even, I can't even remember what these are called. I'm so freaking aggravated right now. And yeah, it's just not budging. So I'm going to have to come back to it after I let it sit and soak for a while. Which really sucks, because I was hoping to have stuff, you know, kind of somewhat mocked up and whatnot today. But at least it started, and we do have the caliper. It's called a freaking caliper. Yes, at least I got something right. So I got the caliper and the caliper mounting bracket off and the brake line off. So now it's just a matter of at least, let's see if we can maybe hook those up. I don't know. I'm just kind of over it. Yeah, screw it. I'm just going to have to come back when I have a fresher head. So rather than sit here and continue to just beat the piss out of myself, I'm going to get Denny out here and we're going to freaking decorate this thing with a little spray paint. Why not? Freaking might as well. Let's at least have something go right. How can you F up stenciling? I mean, honestly, with how the day's going, I wouldn't be surprised. But, hey, let's try and make it a win. So, yeah, let's get it set up for that. I'm gonna freaking clean up this mess because this is ridiculous over here. I just can't. I'm just gonna say that. I just can't. So, all right, let's see what happens. Well, no, we're not gonna see what happens. We are gonna make something work in this video. So let's do it. All right, so now that we're all cleaned up, I'm gonna go get Denny and have him come out and help me out with this. But I'm gonna ask him what he thinks of what I got done and see what he says, because he doesn't know that I've been completely defeated this whole time. So I'm just gonna ask him what he thinks and see if he points anything out and just be like, "Hey, what do you think so far? Does it look? What do you think of what I got done?" I don't. It's part of being a parent. So let's see what's up. So what do you think? What I've gotten done so far today. What do you think?
You take that thing. You took off this right here.
No, that was like that.
Oh.
You think that's all I got done today?
You put this on there.
No, that was already on there.
You did this for sure.
Nope, all that's been done. What do you think so far? What do you think of what I got done so far?
Oh, you did. Oh, you got that thing off that and put it on.
Yeah, not entirely.
Yeah. Put it on here.
Yeah, not entirely.
And then you did those things.
Yeah, no.
No?
No.
They're right there.
Yeah, no, they're not done though.
And that's all you got done? You did a lot today.
I didn't do crap. Everything went wrong.
Yeah,
I'm defeated. It all went wrong.
Sucks.
It does. But it's part of learning. It's part of the process. And now we're going to take it out on the stencils and paint. We're just going to paint like we've never painted before.
Yeah.
Just paint. Painting.
You're standing.
All right, let's stencil. Screw this. Well, that's going to do it. I can't do much more. And honestly, if we stay in here much longer, I'm going to have to reset my sober date. Oh my God, look at all that paint in the freaking hair. It's crazy. But I at least we got the decoration, painting stuff done. Harry's finishing up some fine tuning on some things. And you only get a sneaky peeky because I'd rather you guys see it at Wasteland. You may see it. We may have it in the videos again or in another episode. But for now, we're going to call it good because honestly, what's left, I really need to concentrate on. There's 32 days. I don't have much time. And yeah, we still have planning and packing and all this other stuff to handle. So there's... So thank you guys so much for everything. We appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't get more done. Stuff happens, and it's how you handle it that matters most. When you aren't in your how you most it most how you handle the things that matters most when things happen in life. How you handle it is what matters most, and how I'm going to handle this is I'm going to push through diversity, figure out some solutions, and make it freaking happen. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. Sorry this was such a poop show, but freaking life. Let's do this. We'll see you in the next video. Ladies and gents, we're going to do some more maintenance and other things on other vehicles that we're going to be taking to Wasteland because we're going to try and salvage a crappy ass day. Probably one of the worst I've had in the shop. Not in a worse way in complaining, just in a worse way of productivity. Pretty bummed, but it is what it is. So we're going to do a little work on a couple of Ronda's rigs and hopefully make some magic happen with those. But before we do that, I was curious as to where are you guys staying this year? Where are you camping at Waste? Let us know. Let us know where you're popping up at. I know some of you are in tribes, some of you are in theme zones, but if you're camping, let us know what you're thinking. So anyways, hope to see you guys out there. Can't wait to see you all. We're excited. And yeah, we're going to get popping on some stuff.